Right, dudes and dudettes, how's everyone doing? We've got some transfer news, which, when you first glance at this, it doesn't seem like a massive transfer news, and I'll be honest with you, it's not buying Erling Braut Haaland. But it's an important transfer move because it can make us and it allows us to think about the future of this team. And we've said it many times, and this is something, we're going to talk about in this live stream, is the future of Roma. But before getting into the transfer a bit of this video, I thought I would tell you guys some updates when it comes to Atalanta tomorrow, because there have been a few updates from when I last spoke to you guys about the match preview against Atalanta. For example, Muriel from Atalanta is back, and Gasperini confirmed that yesterday late at night, so we didn't obviously speak about that in the preview. Malinovsky did get a call. Sky Sports is saying he won't start, which is good for us because he's a very dangerous player with a very, very, very dangerous left foot. He's not 100% fit, but he is going to get a call. And on our side, last update is that Felix, basically, as we already said, got relegated into the academy squad. And Mourinho gave him a call again, as if sort of compromise. So he basically, after this punishment of him being relegated in the academy squad, he got him back in the first squad. Does that mean he'll get a call tomorrow? Does that mean he'll start tomorrow? Definitely not. But something to acknowledge is the fact that Mourinho, basically basically put him back in the first squad, which is good news. And obviously updates, Zaniolo will play. He'll play with those protection masks on, nothing major, and he will play. Let's move on to transfer, because this live stream is about the transfers. It's about a player which we have basically bought from Benfica B, the academy squad of Benfica, and he's a young goalkeeper. Now, when you are, the first impression in your mind is, do we need a goalkeeper? No, we don't. We've got Rui Patricio. We bought Rui Patricio this summer, so we don't need a goalkeeper right now. And there are other, we need to prioritize other positions. But this is not one of those moves where we bought a player and, this player, we bought him and he will start every single match. He is a player who, is bought by Roma for, to get the experience and to think about the future. So, just to give you a statement from Fabrizio Romano when it comes to this deal. Fabrizio Romano has said, who's the transfer market expert. By the way, in the meantime, like this live stream. Let's try and get 10 likes by the live stream ends. So smash the like button and subscribe if you aren't already. The statement coming from Fabrizio Romano is this. AS Roma are in advanced talks to sign Mils Villar from Benfica. Personal terms almost agreed. His contract runs out in June. Roma want to reach an agreement with Benfica on compensation. Jose Mourinho wants Villar since long time. Deal now more than close. So, it's one of those young promises which Roma buys to think about the future. Now, I'm going to give you a comparison. So basically, before giving you a comparison, Fabrizio Romano has basically said that the deal is set to be concluded in the next couple of weeks. Obviously, transfer market reopens this summer, so we've got plenty of time, absolutely plenty of time, to buy players. But he's a young player, and he's one of those players which I buy because I need to think about the future. I'm going to give you a small comparison. Now, Roma, back in the, when we already talked about the prime Roma, Barcelona in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, that was prime Roma in the last 10 years. 3 years before that, Sabatini bought a very, very, very young goalkeeper, which no one knew about, coming from Brazil, which, frankly speaking, is probably an even more, unless you're from South America, unless you're from Brazil, the Brazilian league, I think, is even less followed than the Portuguese league, if you ask me. And Sabatini just, pointed his eyes on this young goalkeeper, bought this young goalkeeper for what? 2 million? Not even 2 million. And the first years at Roma for this young goalkeeper was there to get the experience, to grab the experience from, other goalkeepers. In this case, he'll grab the experience from Rui Patricio. And, then the manager, which was then in place, had faith in this goalkeeper. And now, this goalkeeper is possibly one of the best goalkeepers in the world. One of the biggest heroes which brought us in a Champions League semi-final. Someone who plays in the Premier League, someone who plays for the team who just won the EFL Cup. That goalkeeper was Alisson Becker. So you see, I think, don't get me wrong, I would say 70% of the times we buy a very young player, it doesn't end up being a star. But that 30%, if Thiago Pinto was smart to grab this goalkeeper for €2 million, we've got a 30% chance of him becoming an absolute legend. When you buy young players, it's basically you've got a probability. Basically, you're risking. You're not risking much because you're not spending God knows how much money. But you're buying someone young. I would say there's a 70% chance that this young player then doesn't play well, doesn't become a star, and then gets bought by a club which is lower levels than Roma. But 30% of probability, in my opinion, is that young players which grab the experience at Roma then become stars of this sport. And it's exactly what happened with Alisson Becker back in 2016 when we bought him. In 2018, he was playing a Champions League semi-final. And right now, in 2022, he's playing in the best football team in the world, arguably. Unless you think it's City. One top 3 teams in the world. Who is a fixed position. It's one of those moves which, if it fails, who cares about it? We didn't even spend 2 million on it. But if it does succeed, Thiago Pinto will forever be remembered as an absolute hero. So, his name is, I always get him wrong, Sivlar. Sivlar is plays for Benfica B. A few times he tried, Benfica, the top team, gave him a call, and if I'm not wrong, he started a few matches in the Europa League this season. Maybe last season when Benfica were playing in the Europa League. I do remember this young goalkeeper starting and debuting in a few matches with Benfica. And as Fabrizio said, I will read the statement to you guys. AS Roma are in advanced talks to sign Mils Villar from Benfica. Personal terms almost agreed. So basically, he's almost a new Roma player. He will come to Roma and he will not play. We can't expect him to come to Roma and replace Rui Patricio because it's not going to happen. But he can grab the experience from Rui Patricio. He can then be loaned. He can then come back and grab more experience. And then when Rui Patricio, decides to retire from football, if Sivlar has grabbed the experience, is ready to start, we've got another goalkeeper behind him. So, these moves are all... The only thing these moves are about is to think about the future. And I've already said it. We're starting a new cycle. We've ended that cycle. None of the 11 players who started the Champions League quarterfinal against Barcelona are no longer Roma players. That just puts to mind that this is the start of a new cycle. Experimenting with young players. Zalewski, Bove, Felix, Tammy up front, Zaniolo. This goalkeeper, young goalkeeper, if we were to buy him. We're starting to build a young, new cycle of a squad. And it's, that's exactly the way it is. Yes, it will take time for these young players to win trophies. But at the end of the day, I'm going to repeat it. It's the start of a new cycle. So, as the same, Barcelona, it will take them time to get back winning a Champions League. Yes, they've got unbelievable players under Pedri, Gavi, and all of these young stars. But if they were to play Liverpool right now, they would probably lose 3-0. So for Barcelona, buying, experimenting with these young players and winning a trophy is a must. That's a must for Barcelona. But it will take time for the young players of Barcelona to start re-winning Champions League, because now they're not the biggest team in the world. Now it's Liverpool. It's a big fight between Liverpool and Man City. So you see, this is what I'm seeing with this transfer is Mourinho thinking long term, thinking, okay, I might not be a Roma manager when Sivlar debuts. I might be a Roma manager when Sivlar debuts. But, excluding that, I will leave a footprint in this team. I was the manager of Roma. I was a part of this path of this football club's history. So yes, I might, because Mourinho knows this. He might not be the manager of Roma when Sivlar debuts, but he knows that by leaving a footprint, this team can restart the cycle as fast as possible and get back winning. So this, I can see Mourinho thinking about the future with Thiago Pinto as well. And buying Sivlar, okay, it might be a failure, but at least if it was a failure, we would not spend, 20 million euros like we spent on Shomurodov. We just spent 2 million euros. So I think, but plus something else, this is something very important to note. Benfica, as well as Ajax, is probably the team who grows the most talented young players. I have read a statistic a few weeks ago. Now, I might be exaggerating this statistic because I can't remember it specifically, but it was something like the academy squad of Benfica doesn't lose a match since 5 years or something. It's something like that. I might be exaggerating. If you know it, pop it in the live chat. But it's something like that. The academy squad of Benfica doesn't lose. Let me get it, because I don't want to say random stuff. Benfica academy squad. Streak. Winning streak. Right. Right, it's here. Yeah, I was right. But the academy squad of Benfica doesn't lose one match since 5 years. 4 to 5 years. That is unbelievable. It's absolutely insane. That just puts to mind that Benfica have a good academy squad. If we can get some players from the academy squad of such a good team, which basically grows these players, it's great. One thing is buying academy players from, Vitesse. One thing is buying academy players from Benfica, who is arguably, as well as Ajax, the team who grows them the most. And look at all the players which Benfica have grown in their academy squad. João Felix at Atletico Madrid. Bernardo Silva. So, I'm not saying he will be automatically one of these players. But there's a trend going on. And if we don't risk it, we will never, ever, ever retrieve it. Risk it for the biscuit. That's what I always say. So lads and lasses, quick transfer news. Because this is basically official. Expect a confirmation. Expect this to be official in the next couple of weeks. Next couple of months. Because personal agreements are being discussed. Personal agreements are one step away from being accepted. Which means that Sivlar will be a new goalkeeper next season. Obviously behind Rui Patricio, behind Fusato even maybe. But obviously expect this goalkeeper to get loaned and to grow. We need to grow him even stronger. We need to impress that experience into him. Otherwise he'll never be confident. But it's good news. When it comes to young players, I'm always pro. I'm never against young players because I think young players need time, and that's for sure. But I think I would much rather spend. Look, and this is a big statement. It might be a big statement. It's not for me. I would much rather buy 4 to 5 players similar to him, who are around 22 years old, something like that, than buying Cristiano Ronaldo. And I am not exaggerating. I would much rather buy 4 to 5 young players like him, loan them out, grow them even more, than Cristiano Ronaldo up front. And I am not joking. I am not. It's true, and I think everyone should think it. Because Cristiano Ronaldo, as much as he's one of the greatest players at football, he's done. Messi's done as well. It's It's the start of a new cycle, an era of football. So, I would much rather spend money on these young players. Do you think there are more players coming? Definitely. There needs to be more players coming, that's for sure. So lads and lasses, I'll catch you tomorrow for the live watch along. Set a reminder on your calendar, 6 p.m. Italian time, 5 p.m. UK time, wherever you're from, figure it out, pop it in your calendars, on your phone, set a reminder because it's a big one. It's fight for 5th position to give pressure on Juventus. It's, who wins is basically great tomorrow. It's fight for Europa League, which is obviously one of our biggest objectives this season. So subscribe if you haven't already, get this channel to 2.1k as fast as possible, smash the like button as soon as it becomes a video, and comment in the comments your impressions on this deal. Follow me on Instagram at the Roma Guy lower score, and subscribe to my second channel, travel vlog of when I was back skiing last week, just dropped yesterday night. So subscribe to that channel, link it in the description below. Enjoy the vlog, like the vlog, and just share the vlog. And I'll catch you tomorrow for a very big